Hey guys, what is up? I'm Milan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I kind of wanted to do something a little bit more glam and a little bit more wearable, just for those everyday boys and girls who do wear makeup and like something a little bit more soft glam. And then about halfway through, I'm gonna zhuzh it up a little bit and do something a little bit more creative to incorporate it, just so I'm being true to myself, true to my creative spirit and all that. So if you want to see what I come up with, then keep on watching. To start with my base, I've already moisturised my skin using the vegan milk moisturiser, and now I'm going to go in with the Milk Hydro Grip primer. I've never actually used this before and I've been really excited to try it out because I've seen this literally blow up on the internet. Literally every single YouTuber, every makeup artist and their mother, daughter, child, dog, cat has been using this, and honestly everyone just raves about it, so we're gonna test it out, see what it's all about and see how it performs. So I've taken about 2 pumps of this. I don't actually know how much I'm meant to be using, but it just glides on pretty smoothly, nothing too interesting. It is already going a little bit tacky, which I quite like because then it just means it will stick to my foundation a bit better. But yeah. So I just realised that I haven't actually explained what I'm going for today. I've just jumped straight into it. So basically, if you follow Kylie Jenner or if you keep up with the Jenners and the Kardashians, you'll know that Kylie just released her brand new collection with Stormi. It is the most adorable packaging, the most adorable just vibe and everything, and I really just wanted to create a look based around her promo shoot. She looked absolutely stunning, she was snatched, the butterflies, literally everything. So I thought, how better to create that than with one of my iconic things. So for the base makeup, I'm just gonna recreate everything that she did for her promo shoot. I've got a picture up right next to me, so I'm gonna try and replicate it as best I can, try to turn this mug into a Jenner. And that's gonna be an exciting journey, so let's just get on with it. So for my base, I actually get quite a few questions on this. I use a really full coverage foundation, and everyone on TikTok, literally all my TikTok comments are, what foundation is that? How do you get such good coverage? And it is all this really amazing foundation. It's the MUA Makeup Academy Pro Base Foundation. So this foundation is super inexpensive. It's about £5, I think. And it's literally just the most full coverage thing I've ever used. It covers all of my acne scarring and just everything that I want to hide, which is my whole life. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go in with this. I'm taking the shade 142 and a little bit of 146, and that should hopefully match my complexion. Blend that out. I'm just gonna take my Sigma F80 brush and pat that into the face. And literally, you can just see how much coverage there is. It's absolutely insane. For foundation, I really like taking a flat kabuki brush like this, just because I think it gives the most pigment payoff. It doesn't soak anything up, and I just find it a lot easier to blend out. So I do actually have a discount code for Sigma brushes, which is Milan for 10% off if you did want to use it. They're just really good quality and I don't find they shed at all. The way I like to do my contour is with another flat kabuki brush, and I just pat this right onto the top of my cheekbone instead of going under, because that gives you a really like harsh line and just doesn't look very natural. I go over it so it like gives a more curved effect. There we go, so that just gives like a really soft contour, and I just use that as the base for my bronzer, but that's already really snatched my face into place. And then I'm just going to set that all in place with my Laura Mercier powder. Whilst that sets, I'm just going to take my bronzer and blush and just start chiseling out the face a little bit more, and then I will move on to highlighter. I think another one of my favourite steps is definitely bronzing, because it really just starts to shape the face and just create that illusion that you're going for. And that is just so, love it. For blush, I'm going to keep it quite rosy and very Kylie. So I'm going to put it mainly on the apples of my cheeks and then blend it out a little bit. And I'm going to keep it quite pink toned. So I'm going to go in with my Sigma blush palette and take the colours Pinkin and Corderosa. So I'm just going to pat that onto the apple of the cheek. And I'm taking my Sigma F40 brush and then gently blend that out towards the edges. Look how gorgeous we look! We are looking snatched and beat and yeah! So now that we're super snatched, Kylie doesn't really do much highlighting. She likes to keep it quite matte, but that is not the lifestyle I chose, so we're gonna have to put a bit of highlighter on. Just to give a little bit of a glow, I'm gonna go in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Supreme Frost in Snow Globe. I do really like this highlighter for more subtle occasions. Some people think this might be a little bit too blinding, which it is, but for me, compared to what I usually do, this is very natural. Okay, so now that the base is all done, we are looking so snatched, and my nose looks so good. So I don't actually have the Stormi palette, which is quite sad, but I have got a palette which I think looks pretty similar to what she used, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. Now that my eye is all ready and primed, I'm gonna go in with the shade Coastline and just lightly sort of contour my eye shape. So I'm just starting from the inner corner, just so that I can melt it into my brow contour a little bit, and that really frames my eye shape. And then I'm really lightly just contouring the crease of my eye. Then on a slightly smaller blending brush, I'm going in with the shade Monte Carlo, and I'm just going to start winging that shadow out. And then with Coastline, I'm just going to go over and diffuse Monte Carlo a little bit. And then I just want to deepen that crease a little bit, so I'm taking the shade Palm and a little bit of Monte Carlo, and I'm just going to gently push that into the crease. For the lid and the inner corner, I'm just going in with Estate and Sails and just patting that all over. And then I'm just taking Palermo and putting that all over the lid to add the sparkle. This wing definitely came out a lot better than this one, but that is okay because this is my good side anyway, and this is the side I'll probably be posing on. This is probably where I'd put on a lash and do a nude lip and call it a day, look cute, look snatched and all that jazz. But because I'm going to go on to some more creative stuff now, I'm going to leave that all till last. What I'm kind of thinking for this look, because it's all kind of based around butterflies and very floral and fresh, I kind of want to do like some roses all around the face and then have some butterflies coming out too. As always, I'm just going to go do this side off camera just to get everything sorted, and then I will show you exactly what on this side. So I am now back. It's been about probably 40 minutes and I'm obsessed. This has come out so much better than I was actually anticipating. It just looks so cute, and I can't wait for the final look of it. So I'm gonna go through on this side. I'm gonna go into a bit more detail than I normally would because this is quite a detailed look, and I have had a few comments on how I do my detailing. So I think it would be quite helpful for you guys who do want to do stuff like this. But it is pretty easy. It does look very hard to do, but it's actually quite simple once you get the hang of it. So let's just get straight on into it. Go grab a drink, grab a snack if you're watching this, and because this is going to take a little bit of time, so get prepared. So the first thing I started out with was the rose, and I put that right in the centre of my cheek there, just because that kind of acts as a blush in a way. Because it's so pink, it kind of resembles blush, so I like to have that right in the centre around there, and also I have a spot there on both sides, so it's a really easy way of just covering up any pimples that you have. So I'm going to start with the flowers first, and I'm going to start with the rose on the cheek, and I'm just going in with a pink face paint, and I've got a reference picture up on my laptop just so I can tell what shape I'm doing and what angle it is. So I'm just starting out on the edges, and I like to do this so that I know what sort of petals are going where, and I know which ones are overlapping which. And then once you've got sort of the outline done, you can just go in and start filling in the whole thing. It's definitely not going to be even and symmetrical to the other side, obviously, but I do want to try and get it as similar as possible. It is a little bit higher up and it's kind of flipped, which I wanted it to be, but it doesn't really matter because my head's going to be tilted and it will give the illusion that it is symmetrical. To start the detailing, I'm just taking a red eyeshadow and I'm just starting again with the outside one so I know which ones are being overlapped. And I just start from the sort of like the mid-tones. I'm not actually looking at the picture now, I'm kind of just imagining it for myself. But if it does help, you can just keep looking back and forth to the image. So once you have your base sort of shape, you can kind of tell where everything's going and how the leaves look. So I'm going to go in with a dark browny purple and I'm just going to deepen those red shades. So now that you have the base shape and shading, I'm going to go in really, really gently with a eyeliner pen and just slightly outline the petals. And then once you've outlined it, you can then go in and do a few little detailing bits with the pen. And then for the final touches of the flower, I'm just going to go in with a white liquid liner and just gently go around some of the highlighted areas. So that's how I do my little roses. So I'm going to move on to the leaves now, and the leaves are pretty much the same. I do the exact same process, so I'm not going to talk over it too much. I'm just going to run through it and then go on to the butterflies. Okay, so I've done the rest of the flowers and leaves, and now I'm going to move on to the butterflies, and I thought I'd just show you how to do one of them quickly, just because it's pretty similar to the flowers, but obviously a different shape. With the butterflies, I kind of want them to be in different places. I don't want to do them the same again there and there. So I'm going to do one big one maybe around there and then one closer down to my mouth. So I'm going to start with the blue one and I'm going to have that right above the rose and sort of here on my cheek area. So it's pretty simple really. All you want to do is just create the wing shape with some face paint, and then you just start filling it in. And I do half and half first. Instead of doing both top two wings, I do the top and bottom and then go on to the other side, top and bottom. I wanted that one to be the biggest butterfly, just so it's a little bit more visible and you can really see it. To do the shading, I'm just going in with a really dark blue eyeshadow, and I'm just going to fill it in and make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Okay, so now that the detailing is all done, I did add this little butterfly, but I did it a little bit too close to my mouth, so it's probably going to get a little bit messed up later. But other than that, I'm so happy with how this has turned out. It looks super, super cute, and I'm just so pleased. I'm going to go in with my lashes now, and I want to keep it really cute and fluffy and fun. So I'm going to go in with the Tatti Lashes TL3s. And these are just super fluffy and flirty, and they're quite like spread out, so it gives this really cute look to the eye. I absolutely love how these lashes look. They're just so spread out and just really make your eyes look a lot bigger, and they're just so cute and fun. And then for lips, in the Kylie picture, she just has like a nude lip on. So I'm gonna go in with a lip liner first and just really overline my lips, get that nice Kylie pout going, and then I'll go in with the lipstick. Usually I go in with a liquid lipstick, so this is quite different for me to be going in with just a bullet lipstick. But I'm going in with the ABH Staunch lipstick. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of a Soft Touch by ABH too, and just go in the middle. I love how those lips look. Usually I do put a gloss on my lips too, but I think I'm going to keep it quite matte, just very true to Kylie. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I'm just gonna throw in some lighter contacts and maybe just finish off the neck and hair, and I'll be right back. There we go, so I've just thrown in some light green contact lenses and done a few pearls all over, just to add the finishing touches, and I am obsessed. Literally the prettiest I've ever looked in such a long time. It's just such a cute look. I'm so happy with it. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. I low-key look like Kylie. Definitely go check out my other social media pages, which are Instagram and TikTok. Instagram, you'll find the final picture of this and a smaller video, and on TikTok some fun behind the scenes footage. So I will leave those right here for you. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.